everybody, it's me, it's Robin. How are you? Um, Little impromptu video here. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to get the camera set right. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute about something. You know me, I'm always using my life experiences as tools to share and explain. I don't know. Just places like where we're judging ourselves, and places where we're making ourselves wrong, and just kind of in general, uh, the insights that result from this kind of stuff. So I didn't even breathe before I decided to do this video. So so I apologize for just being completely, not saying a word yet, right? So let me get started, okay? So those of you who are on my Facebook page, you all know that I just recently went through this whole thing with getting my hair cut. And I really had to laugh at myself because it really was a thing. And it's like, not for nothing. If you get a bad haircut, your hair grows back, right? But for me, as you can see, my hair is curly, and this is all natural. This isn't a perm. This isn't anything, like that. But um, but what that means is that my entire life, having hair that was more socially acceptable was a it was a difficulty. All right, so it's normally very, 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 very frizzy. And if you look at some of the older videos, you'll see it's frizzy. It's out like this and up like this and all that kind of jazz, right? And I was just so sick of that. And the thing is, I couldn't, I was looking at why my hair was such an issue for me. And it was interesting because then it brought me back to my childhood. And my hair happens to be fine, very fine, but there's a ton of it, and it's always, always, always been curly and frizzy. So I'm 49, right? So you got to think back now to when I'm a kid. That's like a million years ago. And my poor mother would sit there and try to brush my hair. And, the products that were available in those days compared to what's available now, there, there was no comparison. And so every time we washed my hair, it was such a trauma for me and for my mom. She used to Johnson and Johnson had no more tears formula. Oh my God, that was such a joke. It never did anything. So my mom, she would sit there and constantly comb and brush and work the tangles out and work the tangles out and work the tangles out. And then she'd like take my hair and she'd put them in these little pin curls, which took hours. And she'd pin them to my head. And this is how I had to go to sleep so that the next morning when I got up, my hair wasn't like all over the place. All right. My mother used to have like this whole thing. She'd be like, "You look like one of those people." Keep in mind the time and everything. It's going to sound prejudiced, but I mean, she was like, "You look like one of those people who live in the jungle with all this wild hair, and you should have a bone in the top of your head." And she used to call me Hugh Bangy, and it really it was like, this was as a kid. So can you just imagine like what her innocent frustration with trying to figure out how to control my hair, what kind of an effect it had on me, like day after day after day after day. It was nuts. And it was literally, I mean, I just cried. because everybody had these cute haircuts and mine would never come out cute. And then when the shag haircuts were in, oh my God, we did that cut. I can't even tell you what that looked like. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. And my teeth kind of were oh my God. And and I realized like how much this was affecting my body image and also my confidence level, because no matter how you slice it, people do look at your physical body first. Your physical body and your face, your clothes, how you dress, it does create the first impression. Even though it shouldn't, it creates the first impression. So here I am with this crazy hair, and I was always overweight, and I wore glasses, and on top of all that, my mom, again, and her frustration, and again, because of the times, things were limited, resources were limited for people who weren't average body size and who didn't have, at least just wavy hair. White women did not have frizzy curly hair according to all the hair manufacturers. They just didn't. And so finally, what happened was in junior high school, I don't remember, oh, the summer right before eighth grade, I had this cousin who lived in Brooklyn and she used to hang out at a salon. So she says, Robin, you need to get your hair straightened. That's going to fix it. I'm like, all right. So I didn't even know this was possible. So we go to the salon all day. We drove into Brooklyn. We lived in Staten Island, and we were in the salon all day while they were putting these horrible smelling chemicals on my head and brushing and chemicals and brushing again. And then rollers, the biggest rollers I have ever seen in my life. And they went on. And there were no flat irons and stuff. So, I mean, seriously, the process was horrible. Horrible. But when we got done, I had this beautiful, straight, shiny hair. Oh my God. I loved it. I loved it. And everybody in the salon loved it. And I finally felt like I fit in. Even though I was still chunky, I was a little bit chunky and all that, and I was still wearing glasses, I felt like I finally fit in. And when I went back to school, this was starting eighth grade now, the guy, I don't know, we're 13 years old, right? That I was in love with all through seventh grade. Oh my God, was I in love with him. He looks at me and he's like, oh my God, what happened to you? You look like you took your finger out of the light socket. You look so much better. Well, I was beside myself with joy because he noticed my hair and he thought I looked good and all this kind of stuff. But years later, it wasn't until years later that I understood what an effect that had on me. I looked like I took my finger out of the socket, and my family was cracking up over it, and I was laughing over it. But that was my natural hair. That was what I was born with. And it was never good enough. It was always judged. It was always different. And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize the effect that had on me. Because frankly, all I cared about was the guy that I have been in love with, 12 and 13 years old, love, finally asked me out. Oh my God, right? And then I get into high school and I'm looking at my pictures in high school. and I straightened it, and I straightened my hair, and I straightened my hair, and I straightened my hair. And then when I got older, and I got married, now I'm coloring my hair, and I'm straightening my hair, and I'm coloring my hair, and I'm wearing contacts, and now I can't wear contacts anymore, and all this kind of stuff. And the whole time, all that is getting imprinted into my heart, into every cell of my body, was that my natural state of being was not good enough. It wasn't pretty enough. It wasn't skinny enough. I didn't have the right color hair. And then I was wearing glasses, and everybody was wearing contacts. And then I couldn't wear contacts anymore. And even now, I can't get the corrective surgery that other people get. And I just consistently felt like this misfit. Between that and so many other things. But I didn't look like everybody else. I didn't act like everybody else. But the thing is, like, the minute the people saw me, saw my physical body and face and everything else, it was, oh, she has such a pretty face. If only she would lose some weight. Oh, if only she would do something with her hair. Oh, well, maybe if she didn't wear glasses. It's such a shame. Friggin' really? I look back at those pictures now, and yeah, my hair was a little crazy. I'm gonna say that, absolutely. But my skin was gorgeous. And was I overweight? I was overweight, but I would love to be that size now because it wasn't that bad. And so now here I am sitting before you with my curly hair after having gotten a haircut, which was this whole traumatic thing because I knew that with curly hair, you need to get your hair cut while it's dry. And I could never find a hairdresser who would cut my hair when it was dry. I found one once, and I don't remember what happened to them. And as a matter of fact, I have a whole bunch of friends, a friend who's a hairdresser, and everybody's like, oh, you got to go to her, you got to go to her, you got to go to her. And I wouldn't go. I kept saying she's too far away, and she was. She's almost an hour away. And I kept using that as the excuse. But really what the problem was, I didn't want to go have my typical experience or take the chance of having my typical experience and then being disappointed. I didn't want that to affect this new relationship, this new friendship. So another friend who's got naturally curly hair told me of this, if you have curly hair, it's called a diva cut, D-E-V-A cut. And she said, there's people in the area who do it and blah, blah, blah. And so I found somebody and she cut my hair. And then I found the key. I've been using product in my hair forever. But what I discovered was I was using it wrong. So she was showing me how to put the product in my hair the right way. I mean, and it's a little bit of a process. But what it did was it took away the frizz. And for the first time in my life now, I have I have bouncy curls. And I'm not chemically restructuring my God-given hair. What I'm doing with this product that they gave me, it's just moisturizing the follicles. So or whatever that's called, it's moisturizing my hair. And by giving it the moisture in the proper way, the curly hair that has eluded me my entire life is now here. So I'm talking to you now for almost 15 minutes about hair. What the heck? I want you guys to go back and look through your childhood, look through your life at all these seemingly innocent things that have been said to you. that are actually judgments. So things like, oh my God, your hair, it's too wild, it's too this, it's too that. It hurts. And it makes you feel like less than. Where is that in your life? I want you to get that energy. I really want you to grab that energy for me right now, okay? That's it. Hold on to it. Let it build. Let it build and let it build. I know it hurts. Let it build. Okay. Are you willing to release all that pain, all that heartache, all the judgment that you have stored in every cell of your body, in in your blood, in your organs, in all the spaces in between all of that, in your physical body, in your energy body? Are you really willing to release that now? Awesome. So, on the count of 3, I'm going to have you breathe out like, okay? And I'm going to run some energy while you're doing it. All right? So if you're ready to release this energy and allow it to dissipate and transmute into loving, supportive energy, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And just sit there for a minute and allow yourself to notice the lightness. Allow yourself to really tap in and notice where your body feels lighter. And anywhere that you're still in the habit of judging these areas of yourself that were that you took on the judgments from other people and you were made wrong from other people, and so now you're judging these spaces of you that really there is nothing to judge. Are you ready to release that too? All right, on the count of 3, we're going to blow again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And everywhere that you believe that you still have to react and act from this habit of judging yourself, or where you don't feel like it's safe for you to let these judgments go, bring that energy up again. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And if you are ready to release it, dissipate it, let it go, transmute it so that it becomes loving, supportive energy. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I share that story with you so that you can see how something so simple, so innocent, can have such a deep and lasting effect on how you see yourself. It wasn't until I was ready to release those judgments that I found the hair product that worked. The hair product that fed my hair, that gave it the love, the energy, the nutrients that it required so that it could transmute. I didn't chemically treat it. I'm done with that. Doesn't mean you can't. But if you're going to do it out of choice. Do it because it's fun, not because you need something to make you feel like you're less judged. So this month, if you're local, this is April, sorry, I am doing classes on sex and body image. So check out my website at www.robinlinke, ROBINLINKE.com, and you'll see where I am in the area. And if you're not in the area, hit me up and we can do a private session wherever you are in the world. So thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for putting up with me, for talking about my hair for 15 minutes. And I love you all. Angel blessings around. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.